Wisdom of Christian living. So we're going to be going through the book of James for this study, and it's going to be a little bit different. This is kind of what I wanted to tell you. Normally, it's more teaching-based, almost lecture-type teaching, because we're trying to teach people, believe it or not. Hold on a second. I'm a bit parched. So what I'm going to do is go through the book. It's too much for 4 weeks, so I'm going to, pick particular passages and stuff. And the purpose of it is what you see right there, the wisdom of Christian living. How do we live out the Christian life? This is where so many people never make the connections. They can look at the scriptures and say, oh, well, this is what the Bible says. But how do you get what the Bible says into your life? How do you work it out into your family? How do you bring that wisdom to the job? How do you walk in the wisdom of God? So what we're going to do is look at the different passages that we select. And I'll even, if I pass over something and someone says, no, but I wanted to hear that, I'll back up. I am going to be at your disposal this time. That's an amazing thing. That's, So what we're going to do is go through, we're going to look at basically, okay, so what's the point of the passage? What's the major point? Then we'll look at why is it important to me? And then how does it come into real time? How do I do that? How do I get what James is saying? For example, the whole 3rd chapter, talking one of the thorniest subjects that we have. I keep seeing these shadows and I think it's a squirrel. Well, I'll tell you why I think it's a squirrel. It's not that I'm going mad or anything like that. I have a lot of squirrels in my backyard. A lot of squirrels in my backyard. And every time it's like, oh, geez, another, dang, man, they're multiplying, which they do. I need one of those cages, Phil. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. So we'll work on getting what the scriptures teach into real life. Chapter 3 is focused on the tongue. The tongue, right? How do we communicate to others without destroying them? Because the tongue, James says, is a fire, set on fire of hell. It's an unruly little evil, but it can cause your whole life to be turned in one direction or in the other. You let that tongue loose at the wrong time in the wrong place, and you can suffer a lot of damage. But you can learn to captivate that tongue and cause it to be a gentle tongue that brings healing and health to others and even into your own life. I'm also going to open it up to Q&A. If you ever wanted to pick my brain, and that may not be interesting to you, but if you ever wanted to pick my brain about biblical things, I'd say I have something to offer in that area. Maybe not many other areas, but I do have something to offer in a biblical area. So we're going to have plenty of time for Q&A. If you have questions about the passage, right, that we're looking at, not just like any question, maybe at the end. But anyway, so a little different format so that it can be a little bit more of a dialogue between us, and we can think and pray and meditate together about what James is saying and see if we can get some results, get some traction regarding this wonderful wisdom that the Lord has shared with us in the book of